Got the front suspension all back together. Painted caliper, shocks, springs. I'll probably hit them with some paint with a brush because I got some other places to hit. Sides all done. Gonna knock these jack stands out of the way and see how far it goes down. I am sweating bullets right now. It is hot. Let's find out. Oh yeah, she's gonna be low. She's gonna be real low. That's before the motor trans is in it. Dang. Let's see, I'm about a big block here. It'll simulate. Let's see. Oh, yeah, the springs pop back into place. Seat them up real good. Oh, boy, she gonna be low. She gonna be real low. Yeah. Pretty sick. See if I can't figure it out. The rake it's got to it now. Crap, still looks level. No, it's definitely raking forward. Good. Engine trans goes in, it'll drop some more. Goes down the road, bounces, it'll settle. Do the rear end, it should all be about level and sitting pretty. She low though. She went down a lot. I like it. Okay, so I was putting my gearbox back on the other day. Put the new Pitman arm. And I completely frigged the threads. They're gone. I mean, they are toast. This is a 7/8 by 14. They do not resell these at the parts store. You cannot get them. So you will have to go to a junkyard and find a... What was it? I think it was only in the square body style C10 stuff. So there's none of them around here. So I use my brain. It hurts, but I used it. This is a 7/8 draw pin for a PTO, I guess, from Tractor Supply. This is a 7/8 by 14 nut. I kid you not. This thing actually cost less than ordering a replacement on eBay. This is $10 for the nut and the lock washer. This was $5. I actually got this in a pop cheaper than I got that nut, that you can get that nut. So, boom. Same nut. One's a little bit bigger. That don't matter. But I've already screwed this one on. It fits. Huh. Here's a little saving tip for you. And this is a grade 8. Those are only grade 5. Upgrade. There you go. If anybody's looking. So today was a very productive day. Steering column is basically in. I did get it to come forward about a 1/2 inch. And what it is where the harness of the column goes over, actually under, to plug in. That metal bracket is hitting the brake pedal. So that's as far forward as I can get it to go. I do have the LS throttle cable in its position. I have all of the steering stuff back on. Still have to paint this. All new inner outer tie rods and sleeves. I cleaned and painted the drag link. Flat blacked it out, of course. What else did I do? Just been a lot of little stuff. That's about it, actually. But it took forever. It took all day. Lots of running. But, yeah. Done. All I have to do now is I'm working on the bracket I made and the firewall. I'm going to call this the firewall gasket. This thing that goes onto your steering column to seal out everything from firewall and engine. So this piece, this bracket, the other half of that bracket, and this bracket, which bolts to that bracket. It's a nightmare. That's what holds the steering column on the Firewall. So I have to make it to where these bolts line up perfectly with those holes. Then the holes on the Firewall, I'm going to have to put this gasket through, whatever you want to call this thing. I'm going to have to put it through the Firewall, put it on the steering, or I'm going to have to put it on the steering shaft, put it against the Firewall, inside. Then I'm going to have to put the bracket on it, which goes through these little nubs. Click it in, put the bracket on, put that blue top part that goes on there through all of it, bolt it down, and then I'll have to bolt the rest of the bracket around. Fun. Yeah. This is the factory harness. I've cut all the ends off of it because I'm going to rework it and make it work all together and hide all these wires as much as humanly possible. Let's think here. I think it's about it. I've been cleaning a lot too. But I have still yet to find the push rod that goes in there. Yay. Because they don't sell them. So I'm going to have to find me a junker and pull it. But other than that, a lot done. Lots of little things done to make a big progress. I brought all the extra, or the other parts. Harness, fuel pump, fuel mech, radiator, and the fuel hoses are in there. My flip handle, which is going to put the handle inside the bed, it's in that box. But lots of progress still going. Well, since I can't buy the brake push rod bolt that goes in there, I am going to attempt to make one. I have no specs on it. I'm just going to make something that's kind of tight in the hole and that's long enough to where it's got firm brake pedal. It's all a man can do. I mean, there's no other way to do it. You can't really find these trucks anymore, so I am turning down a head bolt for an LS that is a little bit wider right now. So I'm turning the threads to where I can have a straight, what would you call that? A straight feed out to where I can make sure the bolt's straight and, you know, all the right size. But I've got it self-feeding on my lathe right now. This is a very old lathe. I wish I had the better tools for it, but I don't. In fact, this chuck is broke. I can't turn it out very far, or else the teeth will fall off of it, the actual jaws. And they're like $150. I just haven't bought another one yet. It's just too much right now. But I'm going to continue spinning this down until we get somewhat close here, which it already looks like I am not touching anymore. So I can go back to the beginning and come in further again. With these old tools and old carbides, this stuff takes a long time. I'm only on my second pass, and as you can see, that bolt still got a lot of thread to it. I got to get rid of all that thread so it sits real good and nice in the jaws. The carbide's sharp. It's just where there's like, they're not inserts, they're the actual high-speed steel rods. They're not as efficient as the carbide inserts. So it just takes a lot longer to do these, a lot slower. You can see how slow it's moving. Yeah, so it's going to take a while just to make this one, and I ain't even actually making the part yet. I'm just making it to where it'll sit true in the jaws. So that's how long this stuff takes. So I made the push rod, put it in, works perfect. So now I just got to clean this up, bleed my front brakes, And the front brakes are done and stuff. And next thing I gotta do, I've gotta jack the truck up on this side to where I can go down and eliminate all them fuel lines and return lines and remove the drive shaft, cross member, start putting the engine in. It's going pretty good. This will all get painted with a brush. It's the same paint as the frame, so I'll brush paint all that. My delete bracket works great. Don't mind all these wires, but the delete bracket I made fit perfect. It's all welded through there. It's all good. Big 5/16 bolts in it. These are 3/8 bolts here. But yeah, that turned out great. My steering wheel is back in. It's a tilt wheel now. Still don't fit because I'm a fatty. But it does tilt now, which is like a selling point to help other people who probably aren't fatties and tall. But yeah, that's back together. I'm not putting my dash back together yet because I still have to do gauges, and I've got to finish speakers over here for that door where they sucked at doing their wiring. But yeah, it's a mess still. But time to jack that side of the truck up and do it. And then after I get the engine test fit in, or actually when I pull it out, get the engine in, hopefully it goes in easy and nice and drops right in with the motor mounts. I don't beat my firewall to death. I'm going to try to take my harness through that hole right there for the engine, because I don't want the computer and fuse box out here. I don't like that. A lot of people do it. Seen it on LS swaps, Hemi swaps, Coyote swaps. They got the firewall. They got that stupid computer over here. Don't want it. But jack it up, take that crap off, fit the LS.